volcano, and there is no question at all that the volcanic activity has begun. You can see smoke and ash pouring from the top of the mountain, especially on the north side of the mountain.
In the initial phases, we'd see probably very large eruptions that would extend high into the air. This would spread ash over large areas in western Washington, maybe possibly in an extreme case even farther east. In the near flanks of the volcano, there would be more damage done by possibly hot avalanches, pyroclastic flows. Farther downstream, we could see mud flows and floods.
Because this is such a symmetrical volcano and because the crater is so high, if there's an explosion, it's probable that the debris, the very hot incandescent ash that would come down, could come down all sides. But right now, there's a very great hazard due to the fact that the glacier is breaking up on this side of the volcano, on the north side, and that could produce a very large avalanche hazard.
Could conceivably produce very large eruptions, 5 to 10 miles high, by the time the eruption column has risen as high as it can, sending ash as far eastward as perhaps Yakima, farther east yet.
It's exactly 100 miles from the interstate bridge to Spirit Lake on Mount St. Helens. The drive took us out Interstate 5 north to the Highway 504 exit. Harry? Mr. Truman? Harry wasn't home. Not knowing exactly who we were looking for, we continued to search anyway. Somebody was living here. Somebody was feeding the cats. That somebody finally emerged from the back door of the very lodge we stopped at first. This rosy-cheeked, cupid-faced curmudgeon is 83-year-old Harry R. Truman. Forever accompanied by a glass of Coca-Cola and whiskey, Harry says he hates to drink, but people drive him to it. Harry came to Spirit Lake in 1928. He walked the last miles from a logging road to the lake on snowshoes. The resort was built a year later. 2 times it was destroyed by foul weather. Twice Harry Truman rebuilt. You can still rent a cabin or a boat, but for the most part, the store in the lodge is closed. A few items remain for sale, but beware, the customer is hardly ever right.
Still intend on showing up here Friday, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
On that cabin? Okay, I got your money. You better. I'm going to keep it if you don't.
Oh, those kids, I don't even smoke.
We'll take them that. You sell 10 of them to anything else.
I don't know.
It's like Zerline oil. Years and years ago, a quart of oil is Zerline. It doesn't make a damn difference what it is.
You got chocolate bars?
No, I got a damn thing. There's a restaurant down the road of mine.
I don't want to go down there. I want to fish.
Hell, you know, give me that 70 cents for those cigarettes, or I'll put it on your card.
Harry lost the sale. There's no doubt the Harry R. Truman Resort has seen better days. Those were the days Harry used to hide his profits under a log in the woods. He says he quit that a while back. Last time it snowed, the log and his money were lost forever. And this year, it's the weather again that's causing him grief. You making a living here, though?
No, I'm going broke. Can't hardly make it, honey. The old broken down man, but I'm taking pills.
Well, I've heard you're the richest man on the mountain.
Well, hell, I'm the only man up here. If I had $10, I'd be the richest man.
Poor old Harry. He obviously feels sorry for no one, least of all himself. Harry showed us the spread. He calls his favorite cabin Truman's Passion Pit. It's painted bright pink, and Harry says it's not just for newlyweds. But it's pink, Harry.
Well, look, that's what the Passion Pit is pink. But I got the way I wanted to show you. I got one down here that has the trick room.
Don't bother to bring your own camper or private boat. If you don't like what Harry has to offer, Harry says, don't come.
If they live with me, if I like them, I like them. And if I don't like them, they know it. They might just well go someplace else. I tell them if they don't like my apples, don't shake my tree. That's my slogan. My old Uncle Harry, he told them you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen, didn't he? That's what old Harry told them.
He's proud and defensive. He also has a heart as big as the lake he loves so dearly. He always has something to say, and it's frequently a warning to those who think they'd like to take his land away. Harry's battled for years to keep his interest on the lake and keep his sign in place.
It's an emblem of me. That damn sign's been there 50-some years.
What if you took it down?
Well, I'm not going to take it down. Nobody's going to take it down until they take me down on a wooden kimono down that road. Backwards when I go down that road, or I'm not leaving. And I'm not going to take my name off of that sign that's sandblasted. I've changed it 5 times in my life, and it's going to sit there till it rots down. And by God, I'd like to see the man that's going to take that sign off that post. Go underneath. violently. They'll have to take me out of here. They'll come get me. They better come get me. They'll get themselves a goddamn nest bit of trouble if they come get Truman. They say that the mountain is supposed to erupt and the Forest Service is going to evacuate and do all that stuff yesterday, but I didn't believe any of it. I'm not going to leave here because I'm the only one up here. There's nobody else that lives up here in the wintertime. So it's going to have to run Truman off this lake, and I'm not going to go.
What do you think's going to happen?
Well, the geologist says the big one hasn't come yet. But it hasn't hurt anything yet. It's no damage. It's on our side, the north side. It's left me alone entirely. I'm on the northeast side. There's no rock, no ash, or nothing on my side. If there's anything that's coming into the Ape Canyon and the plains of Abraham, if there's any slide at all. But our side of the mountain shows no rock, no lava, or not a thing coming down on our side. If anything is coming down, it's coming on the south side or the east side, in the plains of Abraham and Ape Canyon, if it's doing anything there. But so far, it's done no damage, and it don't look bad to me.
How long are you going to stay around here?
I prophesied all along that I thought it'd run, of course, this morning, but I was wrong. I thought we'd got through then. But I can't see where it's going to do any damage, not to our side at all. And if it does any damage, it's going to do it to the east side of the mountain.
What are you going to do?
What am I going to do? I lived up there. I lived up there 50 years. I had some people yesterday ask me why the hell I stay there and what am I doing up there. That's my life. Spirit Lake and Mount St. Helens is my life, folks. I've lived there 50 years. It's a part of me. That mountain and that lake is a part of Truman, and I'm a part of it. I wouldn't leave. We couldn't drag me out of the 10-mule team. I'm brave about the mountain. I couldn't understand how in the world the mountain could ever get me in Spirit Lake. I don't think it can.
How much farther can it go without gravity taking over?
Well, we don't know. And mainly because we don't know the strength of the rock and we don't really know the structure specifically within the volcano. And people can make very good analysis of how steep a slope has to be if they know what the materials are and the strength of those materials. But we don't know that with the volcano. So we don't know if we're very close to slides at this point or whether we're not close. And another critical thing that we do not know is whether or not it would go all in one grand motion or whether it would go in many small rock falls.
Its historic eruptions and older eruptions, prehistoric, have been very explosive. The initial phases would produce ash fall all over southwestern Washington, and on the near flanks, where we are right now, would likely be covered by avalanches of very hot debris, up to 1,000 degrees centigrade.
And where we're standing right now, what might be the consequence?
I wouldn't want to be here to talk about it. We'd probably be killed.
Will establish two zones. One, a red zone from which all people are excluded, and a larger blue zone at which people will be permitted to go only on a day-to-day basis and only during daylight hours.
Riding in a news helicopter above the volcano, Truman vowed never to leave.
It'd be awfully hard. It'd take an act. They got 3 acts of Congress to move me out of there, and Congress moves awful slow, you know.
As far as we know, it's just a joke. Well, not really a joke, I guess, but it could last 100 years. We're going to stay till the rocks start falling, I guess.
You don't mind working in the shadow of the mountain, then?
No, not at all. There's nothing to be scared of. More danger than one of them trees falling on the backside than there is a mountain of exploding.
How would you feel? You want to see we're paying taxes and we'd like to use our property. I'm not afraid.
Don't go to Mount St. Helens. Don't try to get as close to the mountain as possible.
Under my own responsibility, I go up and get them.
No, under the sheriff's order.
Hey, we wouldn't be in there 10 minutes.
We're not going to have a lot of warning if a final big eruption starts. I think probably a day is the outside.
And minutes on the inside?
Yeah, minutes, or it might happen without really telling us it's going to happen. It might just go.
Governor Ray's position on this is that she wants to be of some assistance to the property owners and let you go in and at your own risk and take care of whatever you have to take care of. And she's directed us to be allowed to deviate from the executive order for the purpose of allowing some of the property owners to go in, and we've been directed to assist you in doing that. And so what our plan is to go up to the first gate, and you will be asked to sign waivers, though, because it's an area that's dangerous. Nobody's really supposed to be in there, and you're going to have to sign a waiver holding the state and counties harmless, and then we will, under police escort, take you in, and we will bring you out.
Officers lead the group up the mountain in a convoy. Everyone in together in the morning, everyone out together at 6 that night, with the promise of a second trip in the morning. Some people think all this caution is a bit silly.
We've lived there a long time, and we've seen all kinds of conditions on this road and on that mountain, and I feel that our home is safe.
Harry wants to stay, and he's not going to leave, so, and he's thanked us for our concern for coming.
It's definitely a mistake. Somebody done it to cause trouble for me and the law and everybody else. Now somebody...
Yeah. But you sure want to also thank these guys for coming
well,
up
I do, boys.
to make sure that...
Thank you, sure. Damn it, yes, I do.
They brought their helicopter up here to see if you needed some help and get out.
Yeah, we just came up here to help you get out.
Well, thank you, fellas. I appreciate that very much, but I have no intentions of leaving. I've never have had any intentions, and never I knew it the last 4 or 5 days.
most of you already know, we had a major eruption occurring at 8:32 approximately this morning on Mount St. Helens. The first report that we actually got about the eruption was from Forest Service personnel that were administering a tree planting contract, and they reported over the radio to us that an eruption was occurring, and it seemed to be about 100 times greater than one that we've ever had in the past. It does appear that the northwest flank of the mountain seems to be gone. They have indicated that there have been some mud flows that have come down the southeast flank of the mountain. Emergency procedures have been put into effect. At 10:15 this morning, the Cowlitz County reported that a 12-foot wall of water was coming down the Toutle River, and this was verified by the Washington State Patrol.
Let's try it. Jerry Whiting has been trying to get to Spirit Lake since the mountain blew, faithfully keeping a flower wreath with her as she waits, hoping to bring it to the old man of the mountain who the mountain claimed. Both Jerry and her husband Buck know in their minds her brother Harry Truman is dead, but they had to see it to feel it in their hearts. The views up the Toutle River are shocking to these two. Like Harry, they'd known this country well and loved it. Now,
I'm glad Harry can't see this. It could be the Rocky Mountains, for heaven's sakes.
circling over Spirit Lake itself was even worse. Buck had helped build most of the roads.
The terrain is all so different. For instance, there was Harmony Falls, that little trickle of water. Where was it? That was a beautiful cascading falls at one time. The lake is a considerable bit higher. It's 40, 50 feet higher. Because this is all timber and pumice in here and building.
If it was something someone had caused, that would be different. But God did this, so I believe in faith. This had to happen. Harry had to go this way.
Still, when Buck found out where Harry's lodge had been, when they saw the steaming holes and fumaroles that are left as we circled down, it was finally time for the heart to have its say.
Well, you better give Truman his goodbye wreath.